Hello and welcome to Pastel Archway. This is a pastel drawing of one of the adobe archways in the old Kellogg stables. So gather up your soft pastels, pastel paper, black and white charcoal pencils, and all the erasers that you have, and I will lead you through the creation of this drawing. Evaluate the photograph of the image you have, or if you're doing plein air, do the same thing, evaluate it. Here's my photo. I love the cast shadows of the palm tree on the wall. I want to not just include those, I want to show them on the concrete and the tile too. To do that, I'm going to take out the bush at the lower right area. And I'm also going to remove the two palm trees over the top of the roof. I'm going to get rid of the asphalt and put in Spanish tile to make for a nicer looking entrance. Now I've got to figure out the perspective. Where's the vanishing point? What angle do my congruent lines need to go to look real? The roof line, the line at the bottom of the building, and the lines of the tile are really the only congruent lines I'm going to have in this drawing. I'm going to start with the interior view of the tunnel, and just to get that over with, it's some pretty tight little pastel drawing. Fortunately, I have a green and blue pastel pencil plus a black and white charcoal. I can mix those up to adequately get that tiny background in first. And now, as you notice, I'm using an eraser to clean the edge because I'm getting ready to put black in to show the depth and darkness of this mysterious archway tunnel. And now I'm going to lighten the front part of the tunnel using a very dark mauve. I'm going to use my fingertip to blend the black and the mauve together. If I use a blending stick, it will work, but a blending stick will also remove a lot of your pigment, and you may or may not want that. Okay, I've finished the inside of the tunnel, and I put a super dark mauve on the very outside arch of this adobe building. I'm using an off-white soft pastel to gently rub in the stucco area. I will now take it outside, give it a spray of workable fixative. Latour is a good brand, but Krylon is also an excellent brand, but make sure it's workable fixative. Give it a light spray, wave it around for 5 minutes, bring it back in the house. Now I'm going to be gearing up to do the next part of this drawing, which is to shade the second arch, which is part of the focal point. So I'm simply using some brown and some of the mauve and the off-white, and I'm rubbing it in with my finger, but I'm trying to leave some of the texture so that it actually resembles an old adobe wall. As you can see, I've also got the shadow in now under the eave of the roof, and I've started to put the off-white on the wall behind the bird of paradise tree on the left. Time to start the roof and the blue sky. So I very gently made a zigzag motif at the top to represent the red tile roof, and I've carefully rubbed some soft pastel into there, and I've chosen a very vivid royal blue. Now I'm using my white and black charcoal pencil. I ran my white charcoal pencil with a nice zigzag line just above where the black recesses of the red tile roof lay. Now I'm using the black charcoal pencil to tighten up that area and provide a distinction. Now I'm rubbing some more of the royal blue soft pastel into the sky areas. I'm avoiding the leaf parts that are blocking the sky. No reason to work on those yet. And the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be rubbing that into the paper and smoothing and blending it out. I really like the relationship between the royal blue, the off-white, and the sepia brown. I think they look terrific together. They really set off the adobe entrance to the tunnelway. Looks really nice. That's why I wanted to do it. Now, as you can probably see, I've taken a peach and a terracotta shade, and I've already started the terracotta tiles that I'm putting down for the entrance in lieu of that asphalt. At this point, time to spray again. I'm doing a light spray on the walkway and the sky, and I gave another light spray to the interior of the tunnel as well. Now it's time to think about shadows and bird of paradise trees. So now I've taken sort of a mauvish brown and inserted some of the cast shadows of one of the palm trees. And I'm going over to the other side to put more of this nice shade down. It's very effective. I'm also putting some blue in the cast shadows, as you can see. As you can see, I've also started working on the lines in the terracotta tile. I've finished the cast shadows on the right, and I'm starting to put in the greens, yellows, and browns of the bird of paradise tree on the left, as well as the dirt around the bottom of the tree. One more quick fixative spray and I'll be ready to carefully remove my tape from the edges. And that takes a few minutes. Take your time during that part. You don't want to rip your paper. And it's finished. As you can see, compared to the photograph, I edited and slimmed down the trees. I enhanced the cast shadows. I replaced the asphalt with the terracotta tile. And I made the background trees through the tunnel a little bit more interesting, I think. All in all, I'm very pleased, and I'm done.